Welcome back, folks. My name's Shane. In today's video, I'm just going to share with you a little bit of a teardown video. Now, this is the studio that I was shooting all my videos in over the last year and a half, which was the first time in a long time where I had one room for two different YouTube channels. So I was working against one wall the entire time for the tech channel, and then I would spin everything around, get rid of the desk, and then I would be shooting against the other wall for my guitar channel. And you're looking at the tech channel right now. I'm just pulling down my cameras and moving house. So I just thought I'd share with you a little bit of a behind the scenes about what's going on. So these cabinets that you're seeing in the shot are very functional. Sure, they're an easy way of getting a pretty cool looking set. I know a lot of people use them, but it's just a great way of giving the set a clean yet industrial feel. But when you see it from this angle, it doesn't look great. So my main cameras in this studio have been the S5 Mark IIX, the GH7, and S9 occasionally, but the S5 Mark II is the other one that I use a lot. And that's kind of like my main setup for this particular studio. I've used a lot of cameras in this room over the last sort of 16 to 18 months or so, including the Sony FX3, A7S III, and now the ZV-E1, which I actually really like. I still haven't done my review on that because a lot's been going on. So moving house requires a lot of time. You got to find a rental or a place that you want to buy, and then you've got to move out and fix everything that was that needed to be fixed with the prior house. And yeah, so I'm selling my house, and it's just workspace wise it hasn't been great, and also just noise wise it hasn't been great. You know, I've touched on this a few times. It's one of the main reasons why I use a podcasting microphone a lot is because of the background noise. Not long after we moved in, the noise became like unbearable basically. So yeah, I knew pretty soon that I bought the wrong house, and it was all about just putting up with it until the time came where I was able to move it on. So that time's now. We just spent 6 hours today cleaning up the entire house. It's a two-story place. It's not a huge place or anything like that, but a little townhouse kind of thing. And yeah, it's been great to sort of put that behind me. I'm already in the new studio right now doing the voiceover for this, and yeah, I just thought I'd share with you a little bit about what's going on. This is a bit of a different video, but I just talk a little bit about my gear and all that kind of stuff. All of my lights in the studio have been the Pixel P80 LED lights. They've been great, and I've had 3 of them. I can completely control them via my phone, which you would think can sometimes make things harder to do, but it actually worked great, and that's why I ended up buying 2 more. I got one sent out for review, and then I paid full price for 2 more because they were very good lights. And that's what I've had in the studio, and being that I'm basically using 2 YouTube channels, I can easily flip them around and work with the other channel nice and simply as well and have them all connected. Now, I've changed things up in the studio that you'll see shortly. It's still a mess, by the way, but yeah, this new place allows me to set up an independent room for this channel and an independent room for my guitar channel. Now, while this tech channel, I think, will have the better of the 2 studios just in terms of physical floor space, they both look pretty great at the end of the day, and I think it'll be fine for what I'm doing online. So yeah, it's a process, kind of like pulling everything down, getting everything the way that you want it, and finding it again on the other side, because that's always a bit of a pain. One thing I've really come to appreciate moving this time is just keeping everything nice and clean. So what I've done this time is clean everything before it goes in the box or bag or whatever. And with my cameras, I pack them all in my camera bags, and this is the easiest way for me to find them on the other end, rather than putting them all back in their boxes and all that kind of stuff and getting them back out. It's a bit of a pain. And the boxes I keep, but I'm not actually packing them in the box. I just keep them ready to go in my camera bags. I got about 3 or 4 camera bags, and I just put them all in and they're good to go. Same with the lenses. The lenses pretty much the same. Now, I also have a whole bunch of plastic tubs which basically house my lenses from other brands and other stuff that I use all the time, whether that be audio equipment, you know, mics, cables, or whatever. I just have a whole bunch of those tubs, and they've really simplified my workspace, because before that I was always using the cupboard. It's great having things, you know, in an arm's reach. And again, while the set previously had, you know, a more of a staged look, I actually utilized the space a lot. And these sort of Bunnings, which is an Australian hardware store, kind of shelving units are fantastic. They really are. Pulling them apart was a nightmare, I'm not going to lie. Like, getting them apart was just a huge pain, and putting them together was a lot easier. So getting them apart is usually pretty tough, but anyway, it is what it is. I managed to get that all done. Again, I cleaned everything. These things are like magnets for dust, and it is what it is. All right, here it is. Welcome to the new studio. I hope you like it. It's very reminiscent of the old studio, just with a few minor changes. So the color of the wall back here is different. It's more of a gray color, sort of dark gray, as opposed to the bright white I had at my last house. So the color of the blue light does some different things on the wall. I actually really like it, but you can be the judge. It may look a little darker overall than the prior studio, but I'm happy with that. It's got a bit more mood about it, so that's cool. I'll run you through my lighting, then we'll talk about the camera gear, microphones, all that kind of stuff. So the light behind me is the Zhun X60 RGB light, and I've been using this since I got it as my primary background RGB. It's got active cooling, and you can set it up to do a number of different things. It has a really great mode button, so you can cycle through a whole lot of colors. It's a great little lamp, and I can highly recommend these if you're thinking about getting a small RGB light. I love it for creating this specific color on my background wall. So I love this little light, and it did such a great job in the prior studio that I had no reason to get rid of it. I actually really like using it. Now above me over here, creating a little bit of fill on my head, or hair light almost, not quite a hair light, is the Colbor CL100. So this is with it off, and that's with it on. So you can get a good sense of what that's doing. Now I love this lamp as well. I can control it via a remote, which I love. This is better than any phone app because I can literally just pick this up, click a button, and I'm done. I don't have to open an app. I don't have to have my phone on hand or anything like that. It's just a great thing. I wish more light manufacturers use tangible remote controls. I think a lot of people are getting sick of apps. I know I am. Over here, we've got our Pixel P80 panel, which is one of the 3 that I had in my prior studio, sharing with 2 YouTube channels. And these lights are fantastic. I got one of these sent out for review. I ended up buying 2 more. That's how good they are. So yeah, really great panel. And over here, in place of what was the second Pixel P80, I'm using the other 2 in my other studio. This is the GVM SD300B, which has the best softbox I've ever had. It's great. You know, when they sent this out for review, the physical footprint of the stand made it a little hard to work with a studio like I had before. But now I've got more space for this room. I'm loving having this light in here. My only critique with it is you have to have it on to then turn it off via the app. I would love, again, a little tangible remote control for it, but I can just go behind it, click a switch, and I'm good to go, and it remembers my settings, which is always a good thing. On the desk over here, I still have my little Ulanzi Viljim. I don't know how to say it, but this just adds a little bit of fill anytime I'm doing like a product shot, for example. I can click this on and have something in my hand if I'm doing like an unboxing, and that just helps create a little bit of extra fill, but I won't be using it on now. I don't need it anytime I'm talking to the camera. I've got my magnetic RGB tube lights from Ulanzi over here, and these have been so good. I run them on 5%, and they last for weeks. Not on continuously, but I hardly ever have to charge them. That's how efficient they are. So yeah, I've got a few of those, and I usually have a few other background lights up here, but I haven't found them yet. But the studio, in terms of lighting, should look very reminiscent of the last one. It just looks a little bit different because the desk is so much bigger now, and I'm wrapped having a little bit more desk space. I've got a gaming mat on here, a little rubberized mat, which I think cuts down on handling noise on things, but also kind of dampens some voice reflections also. Speaking of voice or audio, this is the Rode Procaster. I'm back using it. I'm going to keep the SM7B from my other channel for a while and just go back to using the Procaster. I think the Procaster has a bit more of the produced sound straight out of the microphone, whereas the SM7B, as nice as it sounds for podcasting, you do have to EQ it a hair to get a nicer sort of top end. This kind of gives me that sound. So I'm just going to use this for a while. I have so many microphones. I used to be a massive audio guy for a long time. I probably have 30 mics, so I just switch them up when I get bored. But the Rode Procaster, I purchased this, and I also purchased the second one. I liked it that much. So you might see me using a few different microphones. Now, on this corner of the desk, just out of shot next to all of this junk over here I haven't put away, I've got an overhead tripod, or a desk-mounted overhead tripod, so I can get not quite a straight down hand shot. I don't want that. But anytime I need sort of like a corner angle looking at something that's in my hand, for example, I've now got that thanks to this little stand. And I actually had this at the old studio, but hooking it up to a plastic desk was tough. I had to really position it properly, otherwise the camera would come loose. So yeah, now I've got a proper desk back again. This is a great addition to the studio. When it comes to camera gear, my primary camera is the S5 Mark IIX with the 35mm f1.8 prime and the DMW XLR1 adapter. Not the new one, but just the standard one. And the audio quality is great. And I am boosting this microphone thanks to an SE Dynamite, which is this inline preamp. It's a great little unit for boosting all these kind of microphones. You get 28 dB of clean gain, and you can keep the preamp right down on your XLR unit. It's awesome. So yeah, I'm a big fan of what this is doing. The second camera in the studio will most likely be this, the GH7. I haven't set this up and white balanced it and set all the custom modes yet, but I use this so much in the last studio for all the slow motion B-roll, and it looked amazing. I didn't have one person say, "Did you shoot that on Micro Four Thirds?" It's funny, when I bought this 12 to 35 f2.8, I actually took it out and used it in a video, and someone said, "Is that Micro Four Thirds? Is that shot with full frame?" I said, "No, it's with this combination," and it's a really special combination. So yeah, I'll probably end up using that in the studio because I like to run my cameras into external devices like a big reference monitor. At the end of the day, a room's a room and a studio is a studio, but it feels great to have a dedicated space back for this channel because I'm going to ramp up videos moving forward. I'm going to have tutorials, reviews, talks, all kinds of stuff coming up on this channel now. I don't have to continually move between two studios in one room. It's going to be awesome. So yeah, let us know what you think. Let us know if you like the lighting, or if there's any suggestions, let us know. Again, I think I'm like 85% of the way to being finalized in here when it comes to the lighting and all that. I've spent some time kind of white balancing, setting the exposure levels, all that kind of stuff. And funnily enough, I have my exposure point right here on the microphone. And this seems to calibrate itself exactly the same as skin tones, which works out well too. So anyway, let us know what you think, and I will catch you on the next one. Catch you soon. Thanks.